Hello, this is Daniel Raymond, the voice behind Ray's Guide, and this is my first look guide to the Crusader Spirit Series, which just went on sale as a concept, which means that they are available with lifetime insurance if purchased with new money. Will they also be available to purchase at the IAE Expo with 10-year insurance? Likely yes, but remember that these are concepts only, so perhaps for years you are not going to be able to fly the ships themselves, only their loaner ships, so pay close attention to the loaner matrix, and this may be an example of buying the ship as a cheap way of getting a more expensive ship temporarily as the loaner, whether or not you want the eventual ship. So let's start with what is common among all three ships of the Spirit series. Crew of 2 sitting side by side in a cockpit suggestive of the Star Runner, 2 size 2 gimbaled guns under the nose, and 2 size 3 fixed wing mounts. The brochure says 10 missiles total, but the ship matrix shows 2 mounts each holding 2 size 4 missiles. I suspect that there will be 10 missiles, but smaller, perhaps size 2. The promotional materials make no mention of beds, but the ship appears to be large enough, being only 1 meter shorter than a Cutlass and 3 meters shorter than a Freelancer, to have a pair of beds. I guess that'll be a top item on the Q&A. The other dimensions are 15 meters high, compared to 14 for the Cutlass and 9.5 for the Freelancer, and 25 meters wide, compared to 23.5 on the Freelancer and 26.5 on the Cutlass. So clearly positioned in the thick of the medium-class ships. The C1 cargo variant is 100 USD war bond and 110 store credit. This compares to $100 for the Cutlass Black and $110 for the Freelancer. The Cutlass has 2 fewer SCU of cargo space, but a pair of useful side doors, and the Freelancer has 16 more SCU, but the Freelancer is not planned to have a tractor beam, and does not have a dedicated VTOL thrusters like the Spirit appears to. So how does the Spirit C2 stand out? I'm expecting that being a Crusader ship, it will be fast, and with its large wings, it will be agile in atmosphere compared to its popular competitors. The cargo area definitely looks wide enough to carry buggies and bikes, perhaps multiple side by side, so I am seeing this as an express cargo ship, particularly for orbit-to-surface routes and buggy hauling tasks. But honestly, as a no-nonsense medium freight ship, I'd have to still go with the Freelancer. You can't ignore the extra SCU of profit. The loaner for the C1 is the Cutlass Black, so you will get full value for your money in the meantime, unless you already have a Black, and if you do have a Black and love it, I'm not really seeing too many unique use cases for the C1 if you really do like your Black. The A1 is the bomber variant. While the A2 sacrificed only a fraction of its cargo bay to get 4 huge bombs, the A1 completely sacrifices its cargo bay in order to get 10 considerably smaller bombs. This might, however, actually make it more devastating. You see, one of the downsides of those A2 Moabs are their huge kill radius, making a ground-skimming unguided drop a suicide run even if you don't plow into a mountain. But these smaller bombs will certainly have a smaller kill zone, even when dropped in clusters, since the blast radius will not be cumulative. So fast, low-altitude ground strikes are definitely on the menu, boys. So this may be an even bigger headache for air defenses than the A2. The A1 is USD 155 war bond and 175 when purchased with store credit. So a pretty good deal compared with the A2 if bombing, just bombing, is your thing. And the loaner for the A1 is the Freelancer Miss, a well-regarded missile boat that is not available for sale right now, but the last time it went on sale, it was US 175. So a frightening medium bomber in the future and a current frightening medium missile boat for now $20 off. Well, worth a look, I'd say. The third variant is the E1. The elevator pitch for this one is simple. It's a 6-passenger Learjet. And I feel validated because a long time ago, 2015 specifically, I suggested that passenger transport ships have self-contained passenger compartments based on current first-class passenger cabins. The reason is that once the door is closed, the passenger AI can go into idle, and if necessary, the passenger model be streamed out. I took the idea one step further, though, and had the cabins go all the way to the ceiling. That way each passenger could have individual climate controls, and, in an emergency, the entire cabin be ejected as an escape pod. The interesting question with the E1 is which is going to make it to the game first, the ship or the passenger transport occupation that will make it usable. The E1 is on pledge at 135 US new money and 150 store credit. But here is the interesting twist. The loaner ship is the Cutlass Steel. But you say the Steel is ridiculously overpriced. And yes, at $210, $235, it sure was. But were you one of the people who said that they might have considered it if it was priced closer to $135 or $150? Well, then here it is, your Cutlass Steel, priced at $135 to $150. So, should you buy any of the Spirits? Well, as with most concept ships, I'd apply a three-part test. First, are you really interested in the core gameplay represented by the ship? Second, are you motivated enough to get at that gameplay right away rather than waiting to buy it in-game? And third, will you make good use of the loaner ship in the meantime? And now for an update on our Grow the Channel ship giveaway. As of recording, we are at 92% of the subscriber goal and 94% the membership goal, or the IAE Expo, whichever happens first, to give away to some lucky player their choice of the Anvil Liberator, the ship shipping ship for shipping your ships, or the Misk Odyssey long-length look-ahead launcher lorry. One entry per video. Members prior to the publication date of the winning video are entered automatically, and if the winner is a member as of the publication date of the winning video and at the drawing time, remember that if you let your membership expire, they will win both the Liberator and the Odyssey. For non-members, just subscribe and comment using the secret word. And the secret word for this video is the ship that is the loaner for the E1. Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the verse. This is Danny Raymond for Ray's Guide.